Hey guys, Girl Miss Heart Attack here, and I'm doing a commentary. And typically I like to do live commentaries, but this one's a little bit different. It's a serious subject, so I decided to grab a gameplay I had in my Elgato. It's just search and rescue, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I don't typically record for gameplay, so you guys know I'm more of a comedy-based channel. So you guys don't get to see the serious side of me on the commentary side yet. So I wanted to talk to you guys about my past with being bullied and how I dealt with it. And it's a serious subject, I understand that. And I wanted to do this probably about 6 months ago. I wanted to record this. And I just didn't have enough courage to kind of go back in this. And I've recorded this intro like 5 times and I started bawling. So trying to keep it together. But I wanted to say some of the stories, and I understand that everybody's gone through it. It's really rare for someone not to get out of school or life being bullied at least one time. And some people have it worse, and some people don't, but it's still a serious subject no matter what. Bullying can start at any time. It can start at 6 years old, and it can start at 26. You can be in your workplace, a full-grown adult, and be bullied. It doesn't matter when it starts. It's still serious. Mine started when I was in kindergarten, and I remember that, like, I was a tomboy. Like, I've told you guys this before. I have a little brother, and he's like a year younger than me, and all I wore was baggy jeans, a baggy t-shirt, and I hung out with my brother. So I thought this was natural. And my mom was like a tomboy too. She went to college for basketball, baseball, and volleyball. So my mom's always been like an in shape person, and she's like ripped to this day. She has abs. And I thought it was natural for us to kind of wear sports or like baggy clothes. So when I went to kindergarten, I noticed there are girly girls, and which is fine because I mean, I'm more girly now, I guess. But in kindergarten, I had like a bowl cut bang, and I had big, huge glasses because they quickly realized I needed them. And they're not like cute glasses. They were like binoculars. Like, I'm going hunting and I need huge binoculars to see a deer that's 500 feet away. And so I'll show you guys a picture on the screen right here so you guys can see what it looks like. But my mom did not make me look cute. We'll just say that. And I didn't have any friends at all from like, God, I think the first friend I got, I was in junior high. But I like was really into horses and everything. And I remember I was in kindergarten, and this little girl with special needs. So I don't blame her, but she was special needs, and there was first grade boys talking to her and pointing at me. And I was alone on the field, so I didn't know how to hide that I was alone at that point. I was 6 years old. I was a little girl. And they told her to attack me. And the adults separated it. She ended up, I was like 30 pounds, and she was like, I don't know, 60. She had double on me. And she ended up pulling me to the ground, pulling my hair out, and bashing my head into the concrete, which is the most serious fight I've ever been in my whole life when it comes to like one-on-one girl fight, because I've never been in another one before. So when that happened, the adults found out that the kids were telling the girl to attack me, and she didn't know what she was doing, so I don't really blame her. But it was wrong for those little boys to just tell her to attack me. And after that, I kind of went through elementary with no friends. I always tried to be friends with everybody, but I was so awkward that I think I tried too hard, if that makes sense. So no one wanted to be my friend. So I ended up playing sports to hide that I didn't have anybody to hang out with during recess. I would play like soccer and basketball and wall ball, because all of those are team sports and ones that you can stand in line and you don't need to have a friend next to you. So that was the easiest way for me to hide that I didn't have anybody. After that, we ended up moving out into the country because we got more land for our horses. So I ended up going through the summer just like working really hard with my barn and becoming #1 and riding. And I had a few girlfriends that were going to be at my new junior high, and they were my friends with horses, so I figured they'd be my friends when I was at school. And they were popular, though. They ended up being like the cool girls, and I didn't know that because when we were riding horses, we're all kind of even, and I was actually better than them because I was the #1 rider. So they were nice to me, and they would always ask me for pointers and they basically were on my jock. And I went to school and they would just blow me off, and I didn't understand it because when I was at the barn, they were so nice to me. And I remember a couple months into junior high, I still had glasses and I still was not cute. And they decided that they would get together in their little cool girl clique and make a code word for all the girls that they didn't like. I remember mine was Brandy. So I didn't realize they were talking crap about me behind my back right in front of me. And I remember just hearing them talk crap about this Brandy girl and how she's so ugly and annoying and blah, blah, blah. And I just was like, who's Brandy? Why are you guys talking so meanly about her? And they're like, oh, she's just so freaking annoying and she won't go away. And I remember a few months after that, one of the girls felt guilty enough to tell me. The girl that told me ended up not knowing it was even going on until she did. And it was pretty brave of her because she actually did tell them to knock it off. But it broke me down right at school when it happened. I ended up crying in front of them. They made fun of me in front of my face. And it was really hard to know exactly that they felt I was scum to them. And when I got home from school, I couldn't really talk to my family about it. And I put my heart into horses, and I ran out to the horses and I just cried into my horse's shoulder for a good hour. It's really pathetic for me to even say that my best friend growing up was a horse, and he was my support system. He was always there for me. And yeah, I was bullied from 6 to 15 years old. I was a late bloomer, and my support system was a horse. Everybody has a different form of a support. It helps. Mental bullying is really hard because it gets you into a dark place where you're depressed. And some people feel like hurting themselves. Some people get into a really dark depression. And physical is just as harsh. So we just need more people to stand up against it. If you see someone getting bullied, don't just stand by and watch it happen. Have a voice. Tell them to stop. And if you feel like you're going to hurt yourself or you feel like you're going to get hurt, you need to contact an adult that you trust so that way they can help you out of that. And also, finding a passion in life really does help because you're bound to find someone that enjoys the same thing that makes you happy, and you can actually have a support system and become friends. I'm not saying that my story of being bullied was that hard, but I wanted to show you guys when it started for me and how it sort of ended. You guys feel like sharing with me your story? I'd love to hear it. Leave it in the comment section below for me to read, and I heart you guys.
Taxi driver, sun is rising, down the sirens, keep on driving, flashing light, oh what a night, I miss your bed, I lost my head, and it's sunny, where's the running for?